Hi, I'm Pete Riley and welcome to this lesson for Rhythm Magazine where we're taking a look at playing with brushes. So start with a couple of quick tips that can be of use. The first thing is just how far you splay out the brushes. You can get a little more control if you don't spread them out to the max. So neither do you want them really tight unless it's for an effect. So somewhere midway between the two. A second thing that can help give some definition to the brush sound is playing with the snares off. I'm going to put them on for a second. So this is with the snares on. During a bass solo, the bass player will often appreciate the snares being off to avoid them rattling. Okay, so today we're going to predominantly look at swing-based brush patterns. The reason being, if you're playing anything other than that, then generally you're going to be using the brushes more like sticks. And so all your stick-related stuff is going to apply. So, but creating that smooth legato sound that you hear a jazz drummer use with the sweeping motions, etc., is can require some work. So the first thing we're going to do is look at the medium tempo swing pattern, and probably one of the most important elements with playing these swing patterns with brushes is the fact that the hand playing the circular motion needs to be in time. We're going to play that with this kind of motion. I'm going to use anti-clockwise. You're right-handed and you're going to be using clockwise. We're going to apply a bit of pressure on the two as you come across the drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can hopefully see that pressure was applied with a little flick of the fingers there as well. So once again, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Okay, next we're going to bring in the opposite hand, which is going to be playing, for the moment, quarter notes. And we're just going to play them on alternating sides of the drum so that when we hit 2 and 4, the hands are crossed. Just a point to note here, we're trying to get a nice clean sound out of this hand. So not leaving the brush in the head, or almost with a flick of the fingers. And also just regarding the sound in this hand, we're trying to keep the angle relatively flat to the drum to avoid the tip of the brush digging in. So let's combine those two sounds. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So the sound on 2 and 4, you'll notice it's almost like a shtat sound as the circular motion sweeps across just prior to the 2 and 4 coming down. So once more, a little slower. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our next and final step with this is just to add in the skip notes, which are going to be back in the open position, and sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now let's take a look at a popular variation of that basic feel, where we sweep the right hand across the drum between beats 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, leaving it in contact with the head for as long as possible before hitting the 2 and 4. So here's just that hand in isolation. 3, 4. So there's a bit of pressure there as well, so trying to get the whole sort of flat of the brush in. And so we'll combine that with the opposite hand. 1, 2, 3. And so here are those two patterns, so you can hear the contrast between the two. So starting without the sweep. 1, 2, 3. In this next example, we're going to reverse the rotation of the hand playing the circular motion. So you're going to be playing anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. So unlike the previous sound, which almost swept prior to the 2 and 4, this now sweeps on the 2 and 4. So we'll combine that with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So now we'll play it with the original pattern and then that pattern, and you'll hear this one where we reverse the rotation gives you a stronger 2 and 4 feel. 1, 2, 3. We can then combine that with the sweeping motion in the right hand, which essentially emphasize beats 1 and 3, and it now brings the volume of all of the quarter notes up. So I'll start with the anti-clockwise motion in this hand, and then introduce the sweep in the right. Another approach worth considering when playing with brushes is the idea of playing more horizontally than vertically. By playing across the drum, the brushes are more in contact with the drum, so help create a more legato feel. I'll play a bar of time and then some eighth note triplets vertically and then horizontally, so you can hear the difference. So now let's take a look at the classic jazz ballad feel. Our start point for this could be playing the circular motion in both hands simultaneously. So in terms of stating a subdivision, our choices are obviously a straight feel or a swung feel. So with the swing feel, you can start to pick out the jazz ride cymbal pattern in the right hand. or you could play eighth notes, straight eighth notes. One other classic ballad pattern is the figure eight pattern, which is born out of the quarter notes, but with larger movements with each hand moving over the top of the opposite hand, alternatively. So I'll start with the quarter notes and gradually exaggerate that motion. And finally, to finish, we're going to take a look at what to play at faster tempos. Our original medium swing pattern will work up to certain tempos. But what do we do when it reaches that flattened out, sort of higher than 280 BPM sort of tempo? Just gets a little tough to pick that out in the right hand. So we can still convey that original medium swing pattern feel by breaking it up between the hands, so that each hand is essentially playing a quarter note each with a sweeping motion from left to right. Like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we just add the skip note in the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you've got a few ideas to get you started playing with brushes. And if you did want to dig a little deeper, then check out some of the great exponents of this, such as Clayton Cameron, John Riley, and Jeff Hamilton.